Okay, we're back for another one. Off to show the client's house again. Last time was a bust. And guess what? Showed him a house, brand new to the market, just appeared, put an offer in, offered above list price, didn't get it. Multiple offers, first day, goose eggs. So on that one, somebody else offered not only above list price, higher than we did. Check this out. Waived appraisal. Unbelievable. No, not unbelievable. It's what's happening right now. So that's kind of the market we're in. Multiple houses went off the market. I'm going to see some more. Gave me a list. First view, gone, gone, gone. They were one day on the market, trying to figure out the magic formula. You see, some houses, they're on the market for days, weeks, months, even when they're vacant and should be disappearing, and some gone, day up. There's like this magic formula. You got to figure it out, you know? It's kind of like that episode of King of the Hill. There's got to be that magic formula. Like there's an episode on Harlot Town, if you ever get to see it. And the city manager's talking about, the magic formula, controversy plus time equals money. So, and I think I figured out the formula. It's gorgeous house plus location equals, I don't care what it's priced, equals money. Or low price equals money, because if it's right price for some odd reason, it gets bid up like crazy. It's when you overprice it, or it's not in that prime location that everyone wants to be in, or just a combination of the two. Because this house, I'm going to be honest, the last house that sold in that subdivision sold for more, but it was a larger house. So when you translate the price and do all the calculations, this house was overpriced. So it was overpriced, and we were going to offer more and didn't get it. So that was just like a shock. I mean, really a shock. So not to get it. And the other guys waived appraisal.
Oh man.
So we'll see. We'll never know. And yeah, it's getting crazy. I was talking to someone this morning in Phoenix, talking about how bad it's getting there. And she's like, every single thing she's putting in offers for her clients, it's like goose eggs for her, because everything is having multiple offers. Oh man, this guy, oh my god, this guy's must be doing like the men's speed. Said there's like 5,000 houses totally in the entire Phoenix area, and Phoenix is way bigger than Vegas. And said that's like what's in the MLS, and MLS can have houses that aren't even in the area, because you can have houses that are in other parts of the state or country, same as here. So it's getting really bad there. Yeah, for some odd reasons, houses can actually sit on the market. It's amazing. Had an agent call me this morning. One of the houses I showed over this weekend, it was on Saturday, I believe. Yep, Saturday. He was asking me to give my opinion on, the house and what was going on. So we sat there and we jived a minute or two. And he's had like 18 people through the house with 0 offers. And I was like, price. He was like, yeah, I'm fearing that. And I was like, I mean, it's a magic formula, man. 5 to 10 people through, you don't get an offer, it's price. I mean, I found nothing really wrong with it. It was on a huge lot. It was just small. Maybe the owners are just asking too much for it. House is built in the late 80s, early 90s, if I remember correctly. Small house. It's a nice house. Nothing wrong with the neighborhood. The only reason my clients didn't want it was because of size. And I think that plus price just put it out of the market. So, they didn't get it. And I think that's what's doing it for everyone else. Price cures everything. It's kind of like when I was stationed at Hickam. I was in charge of all the air shows in the Pacific. We were doing Aero India. And, host countries are supposed to provide certain things. The Indian government, they were just like really slow on providing stuff. The government of India told me, it was like, you know what? Price solves everything, or money solves everything. Basically, they're like, well, why don't you just go pay for it? We're not providing what you want. So I guess they were telling me, go pay for something. You can do it. So I guess that was it. So price solves it. So they need to lower their price. Even in this hot market. They had 18 people through this weekend with 0 offers. I remember one time I did an open house. This house, I was looking at it, did a kind of like an analysis. And I did contact the agent. I was like, you know what? I think this house is overpriced by just like $5,000. I'm serious, $5,000. It was a $365. The house was like $365,000, and the house has been on the market for 120 days. The agent actually did a video for the agent. It's like, man, this house is great. It's just overpriced by I think $5,000. He took the video that I sent. I didn't know he was going to do this. He sent the video to his seller, and the seller finally lowered the price by that $5,000, and the house sold in like 5 days. Now the agent told me that he had been telling the seller for that entire 4-month period he needed to lower the price, and the seller refused to lower the price. He said in 120 days he had 3 people go through that house. When the house got lowered, he had an average of 3 people a day go through, and the house sold in 5 days. That's how powerful it is. So never let anyone tell you, this stuff about, price, price. No matter what, when selling a house, this is what matters. It's 4 things when it comes to selling a house: marketing, location, price, condition. The agent controls one thing: the marketing of the house. The seller controls 2 things: the price and the condition. And nobody controls location. It's there. It's where it's at. The seller, they can control the condition. It can either be junky, it can be pristine. Agent can't do anything about that. I mean, okay, in certain situations the agent can do something about that, because there are situations where the agent is actually in control of the condition. So those are rare conditions, but in that condition, yeah, the agent can control it. So for now, we're going to pretend that the agent does not. Jeez.
1-3.
Hello.
Is this Eric Hudson?
This is he.
Hi, Eric. My name is. I'm calling because you very kindly, I suppose, have sent a couple of cards with sort of a artist's rendering of my condo. And I gotta tell you, I find it really creepy.
Oh, okay.
I really would appreciate you not doing it again.
Oh, okay.
I know the idea you meant, but it's just really creepy because it's sort of like an invasion of privacy. But I would appreciate if you took me off your list.
Okay, I'm driving right now, so it's going to be a little difficult for me to figure out which one you are. So
if you can check anything you've done there. It's actually not legal for you to do that. You have to have permission from people to do it. But I understand what you were going for, but I really would appreciate it if you don't do it again.
Well, I'll try to remember you by the time I get back to someplace.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Oh, okay then. Bye.
Call ended. Continue on East Centennial Parkway for half a mile.
I almost want to put that as a blooper. As a matter of fact, I should. It's not illegal to send somebody a card. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put that at the end. See, that's another thing. You know what? That's gonna be the end. So this is gonna be a blooper reel to go at the end. I'm gonna pull her address and stuff out and personal information. It's not illegal to send somebody a card. You do not have to give anybody permission. People come up with that stuff all day long. And that's another reason her house probably didn't sell. It didn't sell because she comes up with stuff like this and pulls this stuff out of her mind. No, I don't have to have permission to send a picture of her house, make a rendition of her house, or any of that stuff. And yeah, so I'm trying to think of a good way to put this as part of a thing. People make stuff up all day long, and the reason her house didn't sell is because of stuff like that. Her house didn't sell because she made stuff up all day long. She probably said her house was worth $25 billion, and it wasn't. I mean, think about that. You have to have permission to mail things to people.
What?
Really? So you've never received something? Yeah, it's not required. There is no do not mail list, period. There's a do not call list. There's not a do not email list. There are practices for do not email. There's something called the Canned Spam Act. Of course, there is the do not call list, but there is no do not email list or do not mail list. There is something from the Direct Marketing Association, and if for people who are members of the Direct Mail Association, and that's actually for like, you know, like those magazines and stuff like that. But you know, that's actually like really funny to have something like that. But let's get back to the show, and I'll decide if I'm going to put that here in the middle of this, or if I'm going to put it at the end as kind of a little treat for folks. But it's kind of highlights. To be honest, I don't get calls like that very often. I think the last time was like almost 6 months ago. But you know, people, yeah, it's stuck on crazy. That's why I'm going to take her stuff out. So, and I may even have to change her voice or something. But so anyway, so the seller, they control the price. So when your house isn't selling, especially in a heated market like this, where we have less than a month of inventory, it's your price. It needs to be changed as soon as possible. And the longer you have it off the, I mean, I'm serious, really, that it's sitting on the market, the lower the price you're actually going to get, because you're losing the frenzy. If every house is selling in this super fast manner, and your house has been there for weeks, months, what are people thinking about it? Yeah, they're going like, well, what's wrong? They don't look at, oh, this person had the price too high for too long and that's what's going on. No, there's something wrong. So that's what's happening. So it's actually hurting you, and it's hurting you a lot. So make sure that doesn't happen. You don't want to be a statistic. Okay? See you guys. I'm out.